So the first way I like to use the EQ is by rolling off some of the higher frequencies in the higher mid and mid-range frequencies. And I do that to kind of imitate a jazz guitar, or at least my interpretation of a jazz guitar. Lately, I've been trying to learn the song Tenderly by Herb Ellis, and I'm doing some Wes Montgomery stuff. And I don't really have a jazz guitar. I don't have, a semi-hollow or hollow body acoustic guitar. And because I'm not using the same kind of guitar as them, I use the EQ to kind of get a similar vibe without needing to go out and buy a brand new guitar, because I already have like 8, and I'd love to get one someday in the future, but for now, I'm good. And the second way, this is probably my favorite way of using it. The first one is definitely the one I use the most, but this is the one that I think is the coolest in my view. And that's that I use it in a similar fashion, in the sense that I roll off some of the high range frequencies, except a lot more of them. And then I make like a bass guitar, because I combine it with the EQ pedal and the octave down setting on the whammy pedal from Digitech. And I find that when you use those two pedals together in that way, you end up getting what I believe to be very close to a bass guitar. I'm happy with the way it sounds for now. In the future, I'll make sure to get a bass guitar, similar to how I want to get like a Gibson ES335, but that stuff costs money, so I make do with the equipment that I have now. So the next way I use it is that I use the EQ to cut out some of those muddy frequencies, the lower mids and around that area, and then I boost the upper mids and the highs. And I do that just to really cut out that haziness, that muddiness, and I find it just makes the signal a lot more clear. So that's what it sounds like with no EQ, and this is what it sounds like with the EQ. So the next way I like to use the EQ pedal is just to kind of change the vibe of my amp. So I do that just by putting the EQ pedal in the effects loop, then I just adjust for whatever characteristics I'm going for. So in this case, I've cut out some of the low mid frequencies, and I boosted out upper mids and highs. So disengage it. See, this kind of sounds flat now. No offense to orange, I like my orange amp. Let's engage it again. So another thing I like to do is that if I'm struggling to hit certain pinch harmonics, I just use the EQ pedal to try and accentuate them or make them easier. So for example, everybody knows the floods, right? So it's kind of hard to hit those pinch harmonics sometimes. So if I just turn on the EQ, it should help with it a little bit.